Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Anna and this is Tales from the Craft Room. I got a couple of finished projects to show you today that I actually finished yesterday. I'm up bright and early. Well, not really too bright and early, but normally I have a grandson with me, but today I have the day off because his mom is not working. But anyway, I had startitis really bad yesterday. I started 2 additional projects in addition to finishing a project, and I have that hat that I finished that I forgot to share with you in my last video. So we will start with that. So this is the knooked hat that I made. It is the one that I had the problem with my helper cable or yarn cord breaking, and I went and got the paracord to put on the hook for the cable. I like how this hat turned out. However, I kind of goofed, but it's not a big deal. It'll be fine. So here is the hat. It is finished. I did really good. The goof is this should have been the light blue instead of the dark or the teal color, but that will be fine. Here, right there in that area, as you can see, is where my seam is. And here is the inside. I still have all this to take care of, which, you know, that'll be a last resort for me probably. But the rest of the inside of the hat, if you're interested in that, this is the one that I started with, like the the F on the bottom and then the G. I think it turned out really good. It does fit my head. It fits a little tight on the brim, but I think it will be fine. It's definitely for a small adult or a child size, but since I make a majority of my hats for child size, then this should work just fine. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out, so I will keep in mind what I did with this for future knooked hats that I might do. And I did follow the decrease pretty much. I can't say that I did it 100%, but pretty much follow the decrease on that Yarnspirations pattern that I was using. So I will put that, I don't know where my hats are at. My finished hats, I can't remember. So I'll just set it right there for now. And since I showed you these the other day, this one right here in particular got me interested in doing some flower power washcloths. I have made these before, even before I started making YouTube videos. And I've sold actually quite a few back in the day because that's what I was doing. I was making things to sell. Simple things, you know, like hats and washcloths and things like that. But with the thinking of making up the rest of those scrubbies and seeing if my daughter-in-law would take them to the farmer's market with her, I decided that the flower power washcloths would be a good thing to go with the scrubbies because this is spring. These kind of do look like flowers. So we will continue in with the flower theme. Grandson picked the second color of this, the flower part. I picked the center part, and then he picked the rest of it. And keep in mind, he's just a little over a year old, so. But I think it turned out really cute. I like it, and it's really cute. So here is this. This is really simple to make. I love making these. Haven't made any in quite a long time since I sold them before. And I kind of forgot about them actually until I made that scrubby, and it made me think of it. But as you see, there are no tails. This is completely finished. So proud of myself. Every now and then I do things right. Not always, but every now and then. So I will add this to the stack with my scrubbies. And yeah, add to that is when I stop having startitis. So what did I start? I started 2 knit hats on knitting needles. Believe it or not, on knitting needles. So I can't believe I did this, but I sat here in my craft room last night and I literally started 2 knit hats in an hour. I don't know. Still using that same pattern. count-wise as this hat from Yarn Inspirations, but using different size needles, obviously. And I am doing it in the round, not flat like the pattern says. I will put the link to this. This is a free pattern in the description box, and I will, if I can find it, I will put the link for this Yarn Inspirations hat in the description box for you guys as well. But the first hat that I started was this yarn right here. This is some of the Hirschner's Sparkle Halloween. I don't know why. It's self-striping. Maybe that's it. But this color is the Bootiful. I've used a little bit of this before. That's why it was actually out. I know you guys can't see a whole lot over here, just what's on this end. But most of these, except this one here that I have used, is stashed away so that I can use them for special projects, you know, like making hats. But anyway, I grabbed that. And I grabbed, I don't know where these needles were in my container with my knitting needles that I want to keep, the circulars that I want to keep, and my Tunisian crochet hooks, because I'm kind of in the process of trying to pare down a lot of stuff that I have, because I've got a lot of stuff I just don't use. But these are, I don't know what number they are, but they're equivalent to an eye hook on the knitting needles. So I decided to do that, and I am doing the 2x2 ribbing. I made it like 4 rows. I made it 3 rows before I got, oh no, there's some more yarn. I want to knit up that yarn. So anyway, this is going with the knitting needles, and these are, I don't know what brand these are, but originally I did not like these because they had the curve to them, and you know, they have bad memory. So we'll see how this goes. I don't think it'll be a problem because I wasn't having any problems with these last night. So there's that one. And then the second one that I started, oops, trying to keep them all on my lap. I got them in a bag so I can take them with me to work. But I seen this Bernat Baby sport yarn, like just laying up on my shelf. And I made some preemie hats with this already. But I was like, ooh, I wonder how that would knit up in a hat. So I know that I have like a size 5, something like that, to knit the 3-weight yarns, because I've done it before back when I had some of those cakes that came with the pom-poms on top. I don't remember what they were called or anything, but it was just a cake of yarn that came with the pom-pom, meant for making hats. And I knitted a couple of those up, at least one. But anyway, I had these knitting needles that I had bought for that. And I decided to start a hat with these. So using the Ross pattern, this is using the Ross pattern numbers. Same hat that I normally do. Ross has it written up for like size 1, size 3, size 4, and size 5 yarn. 1, 3, 4, 5. I think the 4 different size yarns for the stitch counts for that. So yeah, this one I only made it 2 rows. I got the cast on the bottom row, and then 1 more row. So there's not really a whole lot to see on this one, but I'm excited to see how this works up. It's been a long time since I made a finer weight yarn hat on knitting needles. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about doing this, and I think with this one I probably better get a clippy to hold my needles together, because I don't want this to fall off, because this has 105 stitches, and that is quite a few stitches to be on circular needles. So I'm suspecting as it gets bigger that, pardon me, it will probably, you know, fluff out and want to stay up towards the end of the needles. I might do that with the other one too, because I don't know, it's like I said, it's been a long time since I've used the needles like this, because my other needles are straight, they're not curved, and I didn't have them with me. That's why I grabbed these. I actually started out trying to do it with just regular knitting needles. These are from my interchangeable kit that I purchased several years back for my birthday. But this is actually way too long. This is a 24-inch, because I measured it. 24 inches, and I thought about, oh, I could do the magic loop. Pardon me. I can do the magic loop, but no, that was not going to work for me, because the magic loop, I would kind of think it would be kind of like nooking, but no, it didn't work. So that's when I got up and seen those other needles in my bucket up there and decided to give those a try instead of these. So I need to put these away so I don't lose them. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. If I start anything else, it'll probably be a washcloth, because that's what's in my bag, is cotton yarn besides these two. And I do have a few other projects in there as well that I started and I haven't finished. But yeah, hopefully I don't start anything new besides the washcloth, because washcloths are acceptable since I want to do that. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.